Okay, good day to one and all. My name is John Michael Ordinario, and I will be the presenter of my paper entitled Improving the Academic Performance in Math of Select Grade 8 Learners Through the Code-Based Approach. During the PISA 2023, Philippines ranked second at the bottom. With this, students' English and mathematics proficiency is at risk. And this is very evident in the low academic performance, low scores in summative tests, and for that reason, I present to you the approach, the code-based approach. This is based on Piaget's theory, Vygotsky, Clement 2019, and Ercus and Inan 2018. So what are the objectives of my paper? First, what is the level of academic performance in math of the select grade 8 learners in the experimental and control group in the pre-test and post-test result? The second problem, is there a significant difference in the level of performance between the experimental group and control group in the pre-test and post-test? And the third, is there a significant difference in the level of performance between the experimental group and the control group after the use of EBA? This is my proposed intervention, entitled the Code-Based Worksheet, wherein there is a title here, the Code-Based Worksheet, the learning competency, the objectives, and then the instruction for the students to follow. And this is now my code-based worksheets. For every competency, I prepare the code-based worksheet for the students to answer in every competency. For 6 weeks, the respondents, my students, will be required to complete the worksheets. The researcher will review the printed intervention material and note each learner's score. Additionally, the researcher will provide feedback about the assessment outcomes in order for the students to help them enhance their learning. So, in my paper, I use the descriptive research method, quantitative and qualitative approaches, the quasi-experimental two-group design, and a 25-item pre-test and post-test. To answer the questions, the first question, I will be using this table. For the descriptive equivalent, we have the excellent, above average, average, below average, and then poor. And then for the second question, I will be using the mean, percentage, and then for the last question, I will be using the t-test to determine the significant difference between the two tests. This is the flow of the paper. First, I will determine the level of academic performance of my students. Then, I will conduct pre-test of my study to the 46 respondents and 47 respondents on both the control and the experimental group, using the code-based approach or the code-based worksheet. Then after conducting the pre-test, I will also conduct the post-test after giving them the intervention. This is my plan for dissemination after my paper, after my study. For the information dissemination, my objective is to inform and disseminate the result of the action research to the administrators, teachers, parents, and students in using the code-based worksheet. My strategy is to inform them the result of my action research. Second, resourcing, to encourage advisors to use the code-based worksheet in improving the academic performance in math of the learners. My strategy, to conduct a classroom PTA meeting. Second, to give solicitation letters to the stakeholders. And then for mentoring, I will assist or mentor teachers on the use of the code-based worksheet in improving the performance in math of the learners. My strategy to conduct a seminar workshop of the use of the code-based worksheet during the learning action set. Then for my pre-test and post-test, I will create a pre-test and post-test questionnaire, then refine them by adding the validator's ideas and recommendations. Group of experts consisting one principal, one head teacher, and 3 master teachers in math will validate the survey form and questionnaire and the intervention materials. These are my resources. References from Amando E. 2018, Teachers, Counselors, Skills and Strategies, Attitudes and Characteristics Need Analysis, unpublished MA thesis in Dingsu S. Lobo. Black Harrison et al. 2019, Assessment of Learning. Corpus B. and Lucido P. 2018, Educational Technology, Metro Manila, Lorimac. DepEd National Competency-Based Teacher Standard, Teachers Needs Assessment, Orientation Manual 2009. Hidalgo, FE, 2009, DepEd Calls for Support in Tackling Education Crisis. Manila Bulletin, December 29, 2019. And CATS L, 1972, Developmental Stages of Preschool Teachers, Elementary School Children. With that, that is my paper. Thank you for listening.